Here in the nature of Rowan, we observe many animals: squirrels, raccoons, the occasional stray cat, and... Hey Jake, what's up? Oh.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song, our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong, but it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRE.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Gather Around the Campfire. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is DJ Grimes, and joining me here today is my good friend, Jake Colt.
Thank you, DJ. This talk show is all about traveling, whether it be advising you on what to bring or giving you some destinations that are budget-friendly. Speaking of helping you on what to bring, here's DJ with our first segment.
Thank you, Jake. When traveling, we believe that there are a few items you should always have with you, no matter where you are going. The first essential you should bring when traveling is a portable charger. It's important to always have a portable charger with you in order to charge your phone, laptop, or whatever electronics you have. The one I have here is from Anchor and comes in around $65. It lasts me all trip as I am able to fully charge my phone about 7 times with it. When traveling, you should also always bring a first aid kit. You never know when an emergency might occur. It doesn't need to be a big kit. A small one like I have here will be all you need in most cases in order to deal with small scrapes and other emergencies you might have. For our third essential, we believe you should always have a blanket. When traveling, you might find that nights can be brutally cold, especially when hiking and up in the mountains. And even if you're not dealing with a cold night, perhaps the stars are out or there's a fireworks show nearby. Lay the blanket on the ground and enjoy your night. Hygiene isn't only important at home, and that's why it's the fourth essential on our list. Be sure to always bring the basics, being a toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrushes, deodorant, as well as shampoo and conditioner. Nobody wants to travel with you if you smell the whole trip. Lastly, our fifth essential is a water bottle. It's important to always stay hydrated, especially when moving. If you're traveling, chances are you're getting a lot of walking in, whether that be from hiking or just moving to and from different tourist attractions. We recommend getting a hydro flask, not only because it's refillable, but because it's good for the environment, cutting down on plastic. You wouldn't want to destroy the planet when you're trying to explore it. Now here's Gabby, who will give you more of an insight on what she brings with her when traveling.
Thank you, and this is What's in My Bag. In this segment, I will be going through a few things that I keep in my bag and are important to me while I'm traveling. The first thing I packed with me is my hydro flask in order to stay hydrated. The next thing I'm bringing is my cell phone in case of any kind of emergency, as well as a portable charger. I'm also going to bring a waterproof lanyard to keep my phone dry. Then, I packed with me a blanket to stay warm at night, as well as a first aid kit, because you never know if you're going to get injured. Then I brought with me some headphones in case I want to jam out by myself, or I brought a speaker to listen with my friends. Then I'm bringing with me some deodorant because hygiene is really important, as well as some fresh, clean socks in case my current pair gets wet. And the last thing I'm bringing is my notebook, so I can write down all of my adventures. Thank you for listening. Now back to you, DJ.
Thank you, Gabby. In this segment, we will be going over some cheap destinations, starting with Jake with destinations in the U.S.
Our first destination in the United States is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is a very budget-friendly destination, especially if you are in close proximity and are able to drive rather than fly. The average cost of a hotel is $70 per night. You can get a helicopter ride around the city for only $10. Besides this, there is a great beach you can relax on and a boardwalk with various shops, games, restaurants, and amusement park rides. The second destination that I have here is the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. It is one of the most beautiful natural attractions and is home to approximately 6 million visitors per year. It costs only $30 for a weekly pass to enter with a vehicle, and although there are hotels around the Grand Canyon, most people choose to stay at campgrounds, which costs anywhere from $12 to $50 per night. To finish off our cheap destinations in the United States, we have San Antonio, Texas. Of our list, this is probably the most child-friendly with 11 major kid-friendly attractions. The average cost of a hotel per night is $63. Some of the things that you can visit are the San Antonio Zoo, and there are some theme parks nearby to the zoo. Also, the Riverwalk, which is a park with walkways along the San Antonio River and is home to a lot of shops, restaurants, and historic sites. Last but not least, there is the Alamo, a historic Spanish mission and fortress. Now we'll go to DJ for cheap destinations around the world.
Thank you, Jake. Starting with our international destinations, we have Indonesia. When visiting this beautiful country, you should stick to 1 or 2 regions in order to cut down on cost. We recommend this because transportation is one of the biggest expenses when in Indonesia, mainly due to people renting private boats when traveling to different islands. Rent a motorbike instead for about $15 a day. We recommend visiting Bali, the most popular island. Bali is known for its coral reefs, mountains, and beautiful crystal clear beaches. Accommodation can be quite cheap through hostels, ranging from $5 to $12. Food is extremely cheap in Bali, ranging around $15 a day. Some hostels even provide breakfast with no extra cost. 2 things we recommend you do in Bali are hike Mount Batur and visit local waterfalls. The next international destination we recommend going to is the Philippines. Once again, we recommend staying in just 1 or 2 regions as transportation can be quite costly. We recommend exploring the Siargao Islands as it's a surfer's dream. 2 destinations on the island that are a must visit are the Sugba Lagoon and the rock pools. Pricing is about the same as Bali, but there are a lot less hostels to pick from. Lastly, we have Thailand. Thailand is the cheapest of the 3, especially up north. The further south you go, the pricier things get. We recommend visiting Chiang Mai, a city in the northern mountains. 2 destinations in close proximity you should visit are Emerald Lake and the famed White Temple. You can expect to spend up to $15 on meals a day, while hostels range from $5 to $10 a night. This concludes our 3 international destinations. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we return, Jake is going to give you some insight on how to plan your next trip on a budget.
Hey, did you hear about that kid who got hit by a car?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, if you don't know how to walk in a road on a college campus, you have a problem.
Do you hear yourself? Anyone can get hit by a car. You're not special.
Who's gonna hit us here?
Amanda!
Welcome back, everyone, and in this segment I'm going to be teaching you guys how to plan and budget for a trip. The first thing you want to do when you are planning a trip is prioritize the main things that you want to do. You don't want to spend extra money on things you don't need. Second of all, you want to look for deals while you are I don't know.
Go to Bob.
Good. And now we have Bob on the street.
Street. All right, who's gonna be the first victim of Bob on the street? Here we go. Hi, I'm Bob, and this is Bob on the Street. This is the part of the show where we ask people questions about traveling around the area. And I've got my first interviewer person here. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Noelle.
Hi, Noelle. All right, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. So, when was the last time you took a trip or like a journey, something around the area?
Oh, okay. So I started out in this house over on Delsey, and I was in this world that we know ourselves, and then I was taken to a completely different universe, okay?
Our show's about traveling for cheap around the area.
Yeah.
Do you like to travel?
Yeah.
Where was the last place you traveled?
I just went to Florida over the summer.
Florida? What'd you do in Florida?
We drove down, did snorkeling.
Okay, great. So, this is a traveling show. We just want to ask people, like, do you like to travel?
Yes, but I can't afford to, so with my family.
Oh, why is that?
Because I'm broke.
Oh, because you're broke. Do you like to, what's your favorite method of traveling?
I'd say drive. You drive with the people you love the most,
Oh.
and it'll be like a beautiful experience. The drive itself will be a vacation. And then once you get there, you have another experience.
Only thing about that is you have to drive there. That's a lot of fun, but the drive back, you know?
Yeah, but that's why you always have stops. Don't ever do a straight to the location.
Yeah.
Have a lot of stops in between.
Okay. You know, we always say on our show, it's not about the destination, it's about who you bring.
Yeah, the journey. Yeah.
The journey. Yep. Where'd you go?
We did a family vacation. We went to Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach? That's nice. Is that in Florida?
No.
You like to travel?
I do, yes.
Yeah. Where was the last place you traveled?
Outside of the country or in the country?
You can choose.
So, in this universe, I existed as a folding fan, and with the folding fan, everyone's face that was in this universe that we currently exist in,
Yeah.
was everyone's face fit into a single fold of the fan.
Ocean City, New Jersey.
Oh, that's just, isn't that close to home?
Isn't it?
Yeah. You know, any place is traveling. Yep. So we're just interviewing some people about if they travel around the area. So I'm gonna ask you, do you like to travel?
Yeah, traveling is great.
Sounds
And
right.
for the first half of my journey, it started out as whispers. Everyone was whispering about me, and then it started to grow into roaring laughter.
What's the best way to travel, do you think? Plane, trains, cars, automobiles,
Well, I think bicycling.
bicycling?
Yes, because it's the most environmentally friendly way.
Ah, you know what? We don't get enough people that environmentally
but
do
if
things.
not,
So many ways you can travel, by board, by bike, by foot, cartwheels, just everything. I personally, I'm a bike guy, you know. I feel like, they say like bikes are like 99% efficient or something like that. Like, versus like cars are like something like 30% efficient. Like most of the energy turns into heat, which is like,
Makes sense.
outside of the country, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Bermuda,
Okay.
I've been to some of the Virgin Islands.
Virgin Islands. I went to Cozumel. Do you know where that is?
I don't know.
Cozumel is in the South Pacific, I think.
Nice.
And then from there, that voice led me out of this alternate universe, out of this dimension, and led me out meditatively. You're going to be okay. Nothing will ever be the same again once you return. And when I woke up from my journey, I was clutching onto a man's arms, and I looked up, and it was my barista from Starbucks that was in the room with me in this universe. Yeah, now I have a spiritual connection to the guy that makes me coffee on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, have you ever been to Florida?
I have actually.
Years? No, Bob.
Great stuff from Bob as always. I apologize for the technical difficulties we had before that, but before we wrap this episode up, we want to take the time to answer some of your questions. The question of the week is, what's the most annoying part about traveling? That was asked by Eric Coles. So Jake, what do you think?
Although I wouldn't really say there's any terrible parts about travel, like annoying parts about traveling, I would say that planning and booking is probably like the most boring. The rest is just a journey, it's an adventure.
I agree. It just takes the most time and it's real time consuming and is real hard. But, well, everyone, that's about all we have time for here today. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon, and we hope to see you on December 10th for the second episode of Gather Around the Campfire. From all of us here in the studio, thank you.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong.